Today we're going to go over parallel lines and the angles that are formed with a transversal. So first, parallel lines, again, are lines that will never touch. They'll be depicted with arrows, like the ones here, to show that these are supposed to go on and on without ever touching. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more parallel lines. So it's the line that's going to cut through the pair of parallel lines. So there are some different angle relationships that we need to know as we move forward. So whenever you have a set of parallel lines cut by a transversal, we're going to want to start highlighting our angles in a certain way, right? There's going to be a pattern, and you'll see why in a moment. So we know that vertical angles are congruent, right? Angles that are across from one another. So angle 2 would have to be congruent to angle 3, and angle 1 would have to be congruent to angle 4. Now, when we talk about corresponding angles, what this is saying is that if I take my angles, if I just slide down the transversal to the second parallel line, you'll notice that there is a matching angle on the lower parallel line. So angle 1 has moved down to angle 5, angle 2 has moved to 6, angle 4 has moved to 8, and angle 3 has moved to 7. So they're the same measurement because they are corresponding angles. So they are congruent. Right, so an example here is angle 2 and angle 6. Alternate interior angles. So interior, what they're talking about is inside the parallel line. So if you make it into a little house. And alternate means opposite sides of the transversal. So my transversal is right here. So I'm looking for two angles that are on different sides of this line. So if I look, I can see 3 is on this side and 6 is on this side. So that is a pair of alternate interior angles. If you look at the way I highlighted it in the first example, I can see they're the same color. Therefore, they are congruent. Alternate exterior angles. So again, if you draw a little house, so now you're looking at the angles on the outside. So my options are 1, 2, 7, and 8. So if I have angle 2, I want the other angle that is outside the house on the opposite side. Since these are the same color, they are congruent. Again, I'm using this guy right here as my key. Same side interior angles. So again, you're looking for angles that are on the inside of the parallel lines, but in this case we are looking for angles that are on the same side. So what you'll notice here is that while 6 is pink, 4 is blue, right? According to the key that I created up here. So these angles are not congruent. In fact, they are actually supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So again, what I would recommend doing every time that you have parallel lines is you're going to want to highlight according to this pattern, because it will tell you whether the angles are congruent or if they are supplementary. So if I'm given right here, so I'm going to make 2 and 3 pink, 1 and 4 blue, and what is up above must be the same below. So I'm going to make the same pattern down here. So they tell me that lines M and N are parallel, and measurement of angle 1 is 124 degrees. So now they're asking me to fill in the rest of the angle measurements and to give a reason. So I can right away know that angle 4, 5, and 8 are all going to be 124 degrees because they are all the same color. Now all you have to do is give a reason, give a relationship. Well, angle 1 and 4 are vertical, so this is a vertical angle to angle 1. If I look at angle 5, right, it's in the same location, it's in the top left as angle 1, so this is a corresponding angle to angle 1. And then angle 8 is on the opposite side of the transversal, also on the outside, so this is alternate exterior to angle 8. So angle 1, excuse me. You also could have said that it's vertical to angle 5, now that you know that angle 5 is 124. So now I have to figure out what my remaining angles are. Now remember, when you have two different colors, they add up to 180. So to find the measurement of these guys, all we have to do is take 180 and subtract 124. And I get 56 degrees. So all of my pink angles are 56 degrees. So angle 2, I can start just by saying that it is supplementary to angle 1 because it forms a straight line. Angle 3, similarly to angle 4, is vertical to angle 2. I say that because if you look, right, we had said that angle 4 is congruent to angle 1 because of vertical angles, so I'm using the same type of logic. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 2 by vertical angles. Angle 6 corresponds to angle 1, to angle 2. And angle 7, I can say, is vertical to angle 6, or alternate exterior to angle 2. So the relationship can change, just make sure that you're naming the angle that it is being related to. So again, this is more practice, so I start by highlighting my parallel lines. So I can easily see the relationships, right? And I can even label 1, 4, 5, and 8. And then I have 2, 3, 6, and 7. Because this allows me to very easily say all of my blue angles are now 150 degrees. And because they must be supplementary with each other, I know that the other angles must be 30 degrees. So now I go through and give reasons. So angle 2 is supplementary to angle 1 because they form a straight line. Angle 3 is vertical to angle 2 because they're across from one another. Angle 4 is vertical to angle 1. Angle 5, if you look, angle 1 was at the top left. Angle 5 is also at the top left, so they are corresponding. Angle 6 is corresponding to angle 2. 7 is vertical to angle 6. And 8 is vertical to angle 5. Again, your relationships might be slightly different depending on what angle you were looking at. So now we go back to solving for angles with algebra. So this is where it's going to be very beneficial to use that highlighting pattern that I've been stressing, because it allows you to very easily see what type of relationship you have. Because if I look here, the two angles that I have information about are both pink. So that means that they are equal to each other. So I can set up an equation using that knowledge. So x minus 13 is equal to 83. Solve by adding, because it's the opposite, and I get x is equal to 96. Again, you're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do this. Again, I can see, so my first one was a pair of corresponding angles because they're in the same location on different lines. Here, I have alternate interior angles because they're on different sides of the transversal in between the parallel lines. Alternate interior angles, this is what happens when you talk and write at the same time. Because they're the same color, I know they are equal to each other, so I set up my equation. I want to move my x's over first, use opposite operation. 2x minus 25 is equal to 25. Get rid of the minus 25 by doing the opposite. I get 2x is equal to 50. Divide by 2. You get x is equal to 25. So again, same structure. Here I see that they are different colors. This is same side interior. So I know that these two together are going to add up to 180. First step is to combine like terms. So I get 4x plus 100 is equal to 180. Two-step equation. First subtract, get rid of the constant term. I get 4x is equal to 80. Divide by 4. X is equal to 20. Final one on this page. I see blue and pink, so I know that they have to add up to 180. So 4x plus 5 plus 2x minus 11 equals 180. Combine like terms first. 6x minus 6 equals 180. Plus 6 on both sides. We get 6x equals 186. 186 divided by 6 gives us x is equal to 31. So again, start by highlighting. So first they ask me what is the value of x. I looked through different colors, so I know I have to set up that they're going to add up to 180. Combine like terms first, so we get 80 plus 5x equals 180. Subtract 80 from both sides. 5x equals 100. Divide by 5, and I got x is equal to 20. Now they ask for what is the measurement of angle 8. So measurement of angle 8 is the same as all the blue angles, so it is equal to 5x plus 35. And since I now know what x is, I can plug in my value to get an angle measurement of 135 degrees. They asked me the measurement of angle 3, which is a pink angle, which I know is 45 degrees. Angle 6, which is also pink, which is 45 degrees. What type of angle pair is angle 1 and 5? Angle 1 at the top is a up and to the left. Angle 5 is up and to the left. So I know that these are corresponding. And then angle 1 and angle 3 form a straight line, so these are supplementary angles.